Welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm your host, John Heiss. I'm joined, as always, by my friend, the great Matt Modi. Everybody knows that the best time to start laying the wood to the books is in the morning, so that's what we do every morning here. If you're not already subscribed, do yourself a favor, hit the subscribe button now. Go ahead and get the notifications on too. You're never going to want to miss another one of these shows for as long as you live. Before we get going today, though, Matt, let's talk about what happened yesterday. God damn, that was bad, dude.
A lot of red.
Yeah, not great. SGA came through for you. I'll let you talk about the two losers, but my two losers, Scotty Barnes, I still think that was a good play. He just didn't get the rebounds. He was trying. I watched most of that game. He was trying. They just didn't bounce his way. And then Wemby didn't score in the first quarter. Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not great.
The first half. So that was bad. He missed a lot of shots, though. So I still think it was a good play because if he would have made those shots, he would have had more points. That's just how basketball works.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the nature of betting plus 250, plus 230 bets. I mean, that's just the way it goes. We hit one of those tonight, then we're actually up for those three, if that's just how math works. So that's one reason to keep doing them. But what happened to your guys? You had two guys just flame out.
Yeah, well, the Cade Cunningham thing, it isn't really my fault because he had 16 points entering the fourth quarter. He scored 7 points in the first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, which would get him on 23 points.
Legacy cover.
And then they took him out because they were getting blown out. So if they just left him in for like another minute, he's obviously getting one more bucket to get us to 25 plus. So that one, like I have separate numbers of like this bet didn't hit but should have hit. So like it's in my should have hit category. Like that's a win in the should have. Jokic just didn't even come close. I don't really have anything there. Just he got 10 rebounds, didn't come close. He scored 38 points. Like it's not really his fault. If he's scoring 40 points, you can't expect him to get 14 rebounds. So that's what happened.
All right. Yeah, that's just I suspected. Not our fault. Rebounds are a tough game, but man, they are profitable. I would say if you're going to do rebounds, do it how you're doing it. Just make sure you're going a little bit higher on plus money and hopefully you get half because sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce their way, but other times, I mean, you have chances to hit like plus 240, 250 bets, and it's like a guy to get 8 boards. You know, it's nothing crazy. You know what I mean? It's not like you're making a guy drop 35. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just it is what it is. I say we move on. I know these people are all working. They want to hear what we have to say, but they also don't have all day to do it. So the floor is yours. Go. What are we doing tonight?
Yeah. Well, we're making money tonight. I'm going to start off. So this was going to be my second play, but because we talked about rebound props, might as well go right into it. Cade Cunningham, 6+ rebounds, plus 115 odds at FanDuel. Cade didn't come through for us yesterday, but again, we already talked about how that's not his fault.
Yeah, or your fault.
Or my fault. It's nobody's fault, really, except for the coaching staff is who we can blame. So the haters are immediately going to say, why would you bet on Cade Cunningham on the second half of back-to-back? My rebuttal to that is this is the 5th time that Cade will be playing on the second half of a back-to-back. The first 4, he had 6 or more rebounds in all 4 of those. So that's 4-0 to the haters. Cade, I mean, so I'm not a hit rate guy. If I was a hit rate guy, I would tell you that Cade's hit this in 9 of his last 10 games. He's hit it in 15 of 19 games this season. And there's nothing about his rebound chances that makes that look like a fluke. He averages between 12 and 13 per game. So if we just need him to get to 6, 12 and 13 is perfect, especially for a guy like Cade Cunningham, who has a 58% conversion rate from rebound chances to actual rebounds. It's really valuable for guards like him to get rebounds because they can just grab and go. They get the rebound, they run up the floor. It's really valuable. Russell Westbrook is like the pinnacle of that.
Yep. Saves a step.
Exactly. Saves a step. So all that stuff already mentions or already kind of illustrates why this is a great play on Cade rebounds. And I haven't even talked about the matchup yet, which is perfect for guard rebound props against the Celtics. The Celtics allow the 3rd most rebounds per game specifically to guards. And it's all because of their shot diet, right? They take a bunch of 3-pointers, they stretch centers out. So that leads to more rebound opportunities to guards because, you know, if you miss a 3-pointer, the ball's going to bounce farther off the rim. And the center's not even under the basket in general to get rebounds. So Celtics have allowed 4th fewest rebounds to centers. Cade, he hit this earlier this year against the Celtics. That was on the second half of a back-to-back as well. So like we have that exact example. He hit this in both games against the Celtics last year. And he's hit this in 6 of his last 7 games against the Celtics. The one game he missed, he had 5 rebounds. So he was right there, not his fault. So Cade Cunningham, he's going to right the wrongs of yesterday by getting 6 boards tonight.
I like it. I like it. 6 boards. That's exactly what I'm talking about. A bet like that, it's like, what are we doing?
You could go 8 and get
6
plus
boards.
250 probably.
Yeah, exactly. When you go 8, and that's not even a crazy game. I mean, he could go triple-double tonight.
Yeah.
Done it before. Yep. I'll probably look into that later, see if I can man that up a little bit, though, because I don't really like the 6 for, like, little boy plus money. I want big plus money, Matt. You know what I mean? Now that I said that, though, I'm going to go to a minus money play. I'm going to go with my guy, Andre Jackson, over 1.5 points, first quarter. That's minus 115 at ESPN Bet. I know this is minus money, but whatever. It's the greatest bet of all time. Sometimes you got to be flexible on price when it comes to greatest bets of all time. The idea that this kid can't score a bucket in the first quarter is crazy. We're talking about Andre Jackson here, all right? He's not some bullshit guy. Kid went to UConn, okay? What's best about him is he barely plays. So this line is crazy low. I know what you're thinking. Slop, how is that good? Because he plays like 8 minutes in the first quarter. That's like half of his minutes. Not only that, but he's a chuck and duck guy, which fits perfectly with his opponent tonight, the Atlanta Hawks. Those guys play at the fastest pace in the NBA. Okay, I'm sorry, the third fastest pace. I think it's the fastest. The numbers say the third fastest. Up and down all night long, though, is all we really care about. On top of that, they give up points to the backcourt like nobody else. We're talking 25 per game to shooting guards, 27 per game to point guards. It's probably because they allow their opponents to shoot more threes than any other team in basketball, but who really knows? All we do know is Andre is scoring at least 1 bucket in the first quarter tonight. And if we want to do something special, we would take 5+ points in the first quarter, plus 410 at Caesars, like men. Feels like the move.
I like it. I like it. I don't have a first quarter one. I do have a play that I'm very confident is going to hit. It's Austin Reeves over 15.5 points, plus 102 odds at FanDuel. I know what you're going to say. If you want to be a man, you could get plus 240 at 20 plus.
That's correct.
So that's totally acceptable. People want to do that. If you don't want to be a man, you could get over 14.5 at minus 125, which absolutely not. I mean, that's crazy.
Yep.
So we'll split the difference.
Hey, girls watch this show too.
That's true. So we'll split the difference. If you're a they, them, we respect you. Go over 15.5, which is what I'm doing. Even though I'm not whatever. We're getting off the rails.
Just move on.
We'll move on. So Austin Reeves going up against the Miami Heat, who, like, everybody, the gambler, Twitter, everybody knows that the Heat love to take away opposing teams' number one option. If they're playing LeBron and Anthony Davis, they'll try to take away the team's number 1 and 2 option. That leaves secondary players, guys that can spot up, shoot corner 3-pointers, guys like Austin Reeves to have good games against the Miami Heat. The Heat allow the 5th most points per game to spot up shooters, 5th most points per possession to spot up shooters, and they allow the 3rd most corner 3-point attempts per game. And if you just go through the game log against the Miami Heat, sometimes it's the number 1 option going off. A lot of times it's like the off-ball guy. It's like Peyton Pritchard, who I get, like, the Celtics team, that entire team was hurt, but Pritchard still lit him up, 5 3-pointers, 25 points. Klay Thompson, Christian Brown, Grayson Allen, Mikal Bridges, Tim Hardaway Jr. Like, those are the guys that are hitting their point prop against the Heat. Mm-hmm. As for Austin Reeves, scores the majority of his points via spotting up, takes the 2nd most corner 3-pointers on the team. And I like the fact he's missed a couple days. He last played last week, I think either Thanksgiving or Wednesday. So as long as they're not missing like 10 days, I'm not really worried about limited minutes. It's not like it was a crazy injury if he's only missed like 6 games. And he missed this in 3 straight games prior to missing some time. But prior to that, he had cashed it in 9 of 11. So, like, those are my favorite types of opportunities to find, where, like, he had a crazy hot streak where he hit it in 9 of 11, then he missed it in 3 straight. That's just the nature of the NBA. So I think it's going to swing back up. The volume is there, which is another really important part. If someone's gone under in a bunch of games, but they're still shooting, that's what we like to see. All we can ask for is these guys put up shots.
Mm-hmm.
Last year against the Miami Heat, played them twice, scored 23 and 24 points in both of those games. So to your point about the 20 plus, you could do that. Either way, I know for a fact he's getting at least 16 points, and we got plus 102 odds. So I liked it.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the first quarter where, I mean, just it literally, these sports books look like an ATM. Goga Batadze, over 2.5 points first quarter. That's even money at ESPN. This could easily be the greatest bet anyone has ever made on anything. Okay. Let's say you only have 2 minutes to watch the NBA tonight. This one's for you. We're all busy. I get it. We can't just spend hours watching NBA games to make money. This one will legit be cashed by the first time out. I don't think Joel Embiid's playing tonight. Nick Nurse already said he doubts he's playing, but you never know. If he does, we still cash, but it's going to take a little longer. If he doesn't, Goga is going to abuse that Gershon Yabusele guy. Is that how I say his name?
Gershon Yabusele, yeah.
Him too. Nick Richards just whipped that dude last night. It didn't even look like two adults matching up, all right? Richards had 3 points in less than 2 minutes. When the Magic take possession the first time tonight, they're going to go right to Goga, okay? They'd be crazy not to. I almost didn't even want to take this because it's too easy, and I plan on watching NBA all night, so the 2-minute thing didn't really appeal to me. But we might as well grab some cash to take into the weekend with us. Just feels like the move. What do you think?
I like it. It's been a while since we've had a first quarter bet, so we're due in that.
Yeah, 2 of them. I like the first quarter, man. It's
a good market. I wish the books were giving us 3.5, because if he's getting 3, he's getting 4. But the books are way too scared to give us 3.5, which is
Caesars gives us alts. So
I don't. Maybe not right now, because I don't see it on the screen. But anyways,
no, they hide them, dude.
That's how they get you. They're scared. Yep. Okay,
you got to go. They don't just show them to you, bro. You got to go get them. You got to find them like a man.
There you go. I like it. All right, you're gonna laugh at me, but I saved this one for last. It's a 3-point prop. But this is a good. But this is a good one, so it's okay. Trae Young 3+ made 3-pointers plus 126. So 3 is reasonable. Plus 126 for Trae Young is crazy. I get why, and everybody's gonna hate this one, and I understand. Trae's only made 3 or more 3-pointers in 9 of 21 games this year. He, in his last 5, has only done it once, but he's shooting over 8 3-point attempts per game. So if we're just asking him to go 3 of 8, that's reasonable. Mm-hmm. And in his last 5 games, so yes, he's only made 3 or more one time. In all 4 games he missed, he made exactly 2. So it's not as though he completely stopped shooting. And he has games where 2 of 7, 2 of 5, 2 of 6, 2 of 7. He has games where he's getting up in numbers. He just hasn't quite made it or made them. But he's just been begging to make 3 3-pointers in a game. And that's not even talking about the matchup against the Bucks, which is perfect for a guy like Trae Young to make 3 or more 3-pointers. The Bucks have allowed the second most made 3-pointers to point guards in the NBA. About 60%, just under 60% of point guards have hit their 3-point prop against the Bucks. Yesterday, Cade Cunningham didn't score 25 points. He did score, or he did make 3 3-pointers, which was plus 130, which should have been the bet. It wasn't. That's okay. Mm-hmm. On the season, the Bucks pulled up 3-point numbers allowed aren't going to wow you. 6th most pull up 3-point attempts allowed, 5th highest frequency of shots against them. But you got to keep in mind that shooting is up league wide. If you look at the numbers that the teams are averaging against the Bucks this year, would have been number 1 last year by a mile. Not even close. How far ahead they would have been number 1 in terms of these types of shots allowed. So that's why they're only 5, 6 this year as opposed to number 1. The thing is, normally books are taking into account the increased 3-point volume with players' 3-point props. They're not doing it with Trae Young. He's not a plus 126 guy to make 3+ 3-pointers. He's just not. He hit this in both games against the Bucks last year. More importantly, 8 and 13 3-point attempts in both of those games last year. This is one where you could go crazy, take 4+, that's plus 290. I just, for a 3-point prop, I just need to see one go through the hoop. So I went 3+ at plus 126, but I very, very, very much like this play.
I like it. I'll be honest with you. I hate 3.5 for threes. I don't like 2.5 either, though. So it's not just 3.5 I hate.
You're 1.5 guy.
1.5. I'm a 1.5 guy. And I probably always will be. But when you're talking about Trae Young, dude, he could hit 9. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That's just how Trae Young works. So
yeah,
for that reason, I think that's a good bet. I will say that I'm pretty sure we just swept again.
Yeah.
That would be the second time this week we swept.
Second time in 3 days.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's almost 66%, which is nuts.
Yeah.
All right, man, I'm good. That's all I got for right now. I'm going to wait for injury news. You got to do that with the NBA. I'm going to stick with the first quarter, though, so I'm going to try and snipe a bunch of first quarter moves tonight. That way it can keep me going the whole night. Maybe I get a full game for the earliest game and then a full game for the latest game. That way we can watch basketball the entire night. Who knows? who really knows what's going to happen? It's still early. We still got the morning wood. We're still doing the morning wood right now. So, we got the whole day ahead of us.
Sure do.
Yep. So for that reason, we're going to be out of here. Follow the great Matt Modai at Jedi Modai on Twitter. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel right now at Jedi Modai. I am Slop Rules. This is my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Hurry up. Do it right now. I'll be back at 4. It's going to be awesome. We're going to hit the odds GM tools, and we're going to try to extract money from the books. It's been a good 2 days already. I think we're going to go all green this month. Who knows, though? We'll see you then.